Ah,
Right. Now we'll try to start the cluster. Today, today mainly we may focus on. Today we'll focus on service account. Actually, 4 5 words I written right. I think everybody know. My screen is shareable, right? I think is it visible for you?
yes, yes, visible.
Yes.
I
Now,
forgotten that muting.
okay, okay. That's what
Okay,
I muted.
okay, okay.
Now what I am doing is now I entered into the where is that here? Now you know how to start my cluster, right? Please tell me how can I start the cluster? How can I start my cluster? This one only? No, it's not the right one. Here, this is the okay. Just I got connected. Check it. Is it connecting or not? If not connecting, Control C. Exit from here. Now I'm going to here. Copy it. Windows key. Go to downloads. Right click. Show more. Git bash. Paste into here and press enter. Give the confirmation. Yeah, already connected. Okay, good. Now I need to start my mini queue. Sudo hyphen I. Then you go for MINI mini queue. start hyphen hyphen FORC equals. Okay, it will start automatically. I may move to MS Paint. Yes. Till now, you know how to create a certificate. You know, right? Certificate creation, and user creation. After that, we need to interact with users. We need to interact with users. How can we see that one? Kubelet config. Kubelet config. Just we'll try it here. I'm trying to show you. Yes, it is connected. Now see kubelet kubectl kubectl config I am giving. Now see it is showing multiple subcommands. Is it visible for you? If you learn in this way, our concept is very easy. Generally, even yesterday I use kubectl config current context, CURRENT context. There I typed this one. You know, this is the mini cube. That means what? I'm in the admin. I'm in the admin. This is the admin user. This is the admin user. Not only admin user, two more users are there. Now try to observe and tell me how can I see remaining users? Here you read it, you can automatically know it, you can easily identify. kubectl, kubectl. Now there observe and tell me in this commands only. In this commands only. Get context. Get context. See get contexts. Check it. Check it. What are the users available? See auth info, authentication information. Minikube is the default one. Default one. User one is there. User two is there. Yesterday we created or not? Yesterday we created user two. I hope everybody know it or not. Yes or no? Tell me. Yesterday,
Yes, yes, created.
yes, I created. Suppose I want to enter into user two. I want to move to user two. And now here observe. Here observe. One small command is there. One small command is there. kubectl. Kubectl. Use context. Kubectl. Config. 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 Use context. Use context. Which context? user to context, user to context. Even I am also facing difficulty yesterday. Today I identified like this. Copy it. This is very simple. No need to remember anything. Simply everything here is there. Am I moved to context or not? Switch it to context user to. I want to know really I am in which context. kubectl config get context. Check it here and not context. I want to see current context. I want to see current context. Check it here. Current context. Where I am in user to context. Suppose I am asking question in this user to context, can I create a pod? Even can I what about can I apply kubectl apply something, maybe possible or not possible? There is no possibility without verbs, without actions I can't do anything. Without actions I can't. User is nothing but dummy. He is not having any right. For this user I want to create a role. That role is binding to specific user. He is nothing but role binding. You got the clarity or not? I'm creating one context. I'm creating one context. That context name is user to context. What is your actual username? What is your actual username? User.
Username.
For user to, I'm creating one role. For user to, I'm creating one role. That role is assigning to that specific user is nothing but role binding. I'm going to graphical representation. Try to understand. See, this is the role. This is the role. I'm giving the name is role. R-O-L-E role. This role is here I'm assume this is role binding. This is role binding. This is role binding. This role binding, and now try to understand this. Even you can take arrow mark, that is your way. Your way. Here this is the role binding. This is the role binding. Role binding having internally whose details. Now observe and tell me. Now observe and tell me.
Role details.
Role binding is interacting with the role, but some people feeling is this is also right arrow mark. That is not a problem. This one is not like this one. See, role is assigning to whom? Role binding. That is your wish. Arrow mark which way is not the right way. That is according to our perception. Our perception were taken. Role binding is holding whose details? Role details. In that role binding only, we may mention whose details. Tell me whose details? User details. User or please tell me user or group. Group. This technical word is what? Technical word is what? Account. Account. Generally, three words I said yesterday. What is that? One is the verb or verb. Second one is resource. Resource. Third one is what? ACCOUNT. Account. How many types of accounts are there? One is the user account. Second one is the group account. Group account. Third one is tell me service.
Service account.
Service account. User and group already you know. User and group already you know. What is the speciality of service account? Today, total our intention. I'm providing interaction with only service account. What is the speciality of service account? What is the speciality of service account? See, you know the word application. See, try to understand application. At least some Java application. I'm in one application. This is the application. From this application, I want to talk to some resource. Maybe whatever it is. What? I'm in application. I want to talk to one resource. At that time only what is required, which is useful, service account is useful. Service account is useful. I hope you are understanding or not. Generally, where we may use service account. Service account concept is used in only pod concept, where you can use pod. Why do we go for pod? You know already. Pod contain what? Everybody know it, right? Pod contain what? Container. Container contain what? Now tell me. Container contain what? Container may contain application. Are you understanding or not? Please respond. Pod contain container. Container contain application. That application uses whom? That application uses whom? Service account. I'll show you small example. You will get the clarity. I'll show you small example. You will get the clarity. Already developed properly. I'm showing you. See, I'm trying to open see ls. See, some words are there. Very easy to understanding. First role is there, role binding is there, pod is there. I'm trying to open pod. Try to understand. Sudo vi pod.yl for easy understandable. Our API version v1, well-known story. Kind pod, well-known story. Metadata, name is my pod. Specification. In specification, what I used? Anyone respond here? In specification, what I used?
Service account.
In service account, S is capital or small? Tell me. In service
Small.
account, small. Please try to understand. Left hand side, any two words combination is there. First word must be lower. Second word only capital. In right hand side, any two word combination is there. Both words should be start with capital. I hope you got it or not. What is the service account name I used here? Please observe and tell me. What is the service account name? Test SC. Till now we don't know what is that. Please try to remember this line. Remaining things are very common. Container, name, image, maybe command something we took. This is not mandatory things. Which is the important one? Service account. That service account name. You need to know, right? SKC. Shift colon X. First you try to understand. I need to move to kubectl. What is that? Kubectl config. Current context is what? I want to move to which context? That minikube context. Config current context. There get, not get, use context minikube. Why minikube? Admin privileges. Mini KUP. What is the current context? Admin context. Now see kubectl get SA. How many of you know the word meaning of SA? Anyone can guess? Kubectl get SA. S stands for service, A stands for account. Kubectl get SA. See, check it. Check it. What is the service account names here? What is the service account name? One is the default. Second one is test SCA. Test SCA. Now, one more thing you want to know. How to create namespace? Anyone tell me? kubectl create ns namespace name. I am giving Kishore. What I got created now? Namespace got created or not? Namespace got created or not? I need to know in this namespace by default one service account name is there or not. Now try to, I am giving the clarity. If you, this is the cluster, try to understand. This is the cluster, I am giving overview. Cluster contain namespaces. Assume I am taking two namespaces. Assume this is the default namespace. Try to understand default namespace. This is assume Kishore namespace. KSH1. If we create any namespace, this is the by default one. This is the customized one. Just now we created, right? Every namespace must contain one service account. That service account name is default. Here is also what I am saying. DEFAUL. Here anybody facing any difficulty? If any difficulty, ask me. What I said, if you create a namespace, This is the namespace name. This is the namespace name. Each namespace by default contain one account. That account name is what? Service account. That service account name is what? Default. First we need to check it. Then we'll come to once again here. Now how can I check it? kubectl get sa hyphen n namespace. What is the namespace name? Kshore. Check it. Just now 98 seconds before I got created or not. These are old one, 25 hours before, maybe yesterday we created. This is maybe day before yesterday we created. Got it or not? This is the minutes, even yesterday or maybe today I got created. Today only I created. This is 115 minutes. That means 3 hours before, right? 3 hours or what? 2 hours before. Maybe 60 plus 60, 120. And nearly 120
Hours.
minutes means 2 hours. Nearly
Yes.
2 hours. Nearly 2 hours we created. Now, just now I created, right? What I said. If we create a namespace, each namespace must contain what? Anyone respond? Must contain one default
Default.
namespace. A default service account. See, namespace is also there. kubectl get ns. Don't confuse. Don't confuse. Get ns. Check it here. Your namespace is also default is there. Even if check in default namespace, one default service account is there. Every namespace contain what? One service account. One service account. That service account name is default. Suppose if again I am entering into this. I am entering into this session where kubectl sudo va part. Suppose if I don't mention this line, what does it mean? Anyone can just guess and tell me. If I don't mention any that line, if I don't mention that line, what it may feels, what our part may feels, our part feeling is,
Default.
guess it
Default.
internally, service account colon. It feels like the default. It
Default.
feels like default. Got it or not? It feels like the default. Now, what I want to do is I want to modify here. I want to modify. What I want to modify here in the sense service account name is I want to use one name. Till now I didn't create. Only I created namespace, right? Namespace. You know the namespace. Which namespace I got created? Anyone tell me? Namespace. What is the namespace name? Kishore. Got it or not? I created just now one namespace. What is the namespace name? Kishore. In that Kishore, I want to create one service account. My intention is Kishore service account. My intention is what? Kishore service account. For your clarification, I am doing all the manipulations. KSHOR, Kishore. Shall I go and create one service account? Shall I go and create one service account? Escape, shift colon X. How can I create service account? Please respond. How can I create service account? kubectl, kubectl, create SA. What is that service account name? Kishore hyphen SA. Kishore hyphen SA hyphen N namespace. What is the namespace name? Kishore. Are you understanding or not? That namespace name is what? KISHORE Kishore. Check it. Is it got created or not? Now observe and tell me how can you view that? How can I view that service account? How can I view that service account string? Now Kishore service account got created or not? 8 seconds back, maybe 8 seconds back, got created. Till now, is it clear or not? Here, anybody facing any difficulty? If no, we'll go for one more concept. Extension. What is the extension? Our intention is, I think someone is trying to enter. Yes. Now our intention is, the concept everybody know. What is this in the sense? Assume this is role. This is role. Till now, this is the role name. This is what I said. This is what I said. This is what role binding. Role binding. This is role binding. This story is well known story, but I am enhancing the story. Role binding. Good. What I created just now. Tell me. what I created just now? One service account. What is the service account name? Assume I'm writing here service account. Service account. You know, ACCOUNT. What is the service account now? Kishore, 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 Kishore hyphen SA.
Yes.
Even not only Kishore hyphen SA, one more service account is there. That is what default is also there. Default is also there, but our intention is Kishore hyphen SA. Till now clear, right? What our role binding, what happens in the sense, the duty of role binding is, now try to understand, role binding knows these details as well as role binding knows these details also. Now this is the today concept. This is the today concept. Is it clear or not? If you want to see somewhat effective way, I may go like this. Now try to understand. I am giving clarity for you. This is the way. Got it or not? This role binding, knowing whose and whose details, role details, as well as whose details,
Service
service
account.
account details. Shall we go in that way? First, I'll show you. Already, you have seen service account, right? You have seen service account. Now I am showing role details. Now I am showing role details. Now try to observe. Sudo vi role dot yl. Now check it. What it is there. Now I'll try to change the namespace, right? I got created one namespace. Tell me what is the namespace name? Just now I
Kishore.
created Kishore. Yeah, Kishore I'm changing. KISHORE Kishore. KISHORE Kishore. Good. Now role there resources, which resources? Parts. Which resources? Parts. If you want to execute that one, parts hyphen exec. If you want to see that logs, for example, if you want to see that logs, pods/logs logs. See, kubectl logs command is there, right?
Yeah.
If you
Instead
want to
of
see
parts also service we can use here.
which one? Which one? Tell me.
Parts execution is there, na? There
Yeah,
itself.
yeah. Even see,
Parts.
I mentioned not only parts, not
Okay.
only parts. Even observe, I can mention like this. Which one? SERVAC service, service. You may ask me, what about replication controller? Suppose I want to write deployment here. Assume DEPLOYMENT. Can I write here? Is it valid or not? Anyone can guess it. Is it valid or not? Parts is valid,
Valid.
parts hyphen
Valid.
exe valid, parts hyphen logs valid, even service valid, deployment is invalid. Anyone can guess it? Why deployment is invalid? Why deployment is invalid? I am giving clarity for you. If you want to do like that, if you want to use that one, again you may go for one more hyphen API group GROUPS colon. Why I am writing like this? Just observe and tell me. They are APPS. APPS. Why I written like this? Now you can easily understand. Now what is that? RESOURCS. Resources colon square bracket double quotation DEPLOYN. Now you can easily guess it. Oh, deployment object belongs to apps. Got it or not? Deployment object belongs to apps. Parts service belongs to this is the V1. This is the V1. Core. V1 means version 1. You know, right? Version 1. Version 1, no need to mention. Got it or not? Anybody facing difficulty? See, I am trying to write here. See, I want to do verbs. VS verbs. What are the verbs you want to facilitate here? Which verbs you want to facilitate? Get okay, watch okay, get okay, then watch okay. After that, even you tell me, what you want to do? Even create, even you can delete, assume, delete. Are you understanding or not? Here also, the good way is you need to give You need to give space. Space. Here also, without space also may work. But anyway, I am giving space. I am following standard. Now you got the clarity? You got the clarity? Yes or no? Tell me. Here also API group, resources, verb. Here also API groups, resources, verbs. Mandunath, any doubt here? Respond. Any doubt here? And
No, sir.
no. I hope everybody know how to create a role. Role is nothing but permissions. Role is nothing but even the technical word is authentication. These are the authorization. These are the authorization. Yes, escape colon X. I am going to enter into role binding. Sudo vi rb dot ym rb dot ym. A small modification happens. Kind is role binding, well known story. Name is pod reader, leave it that name. What is the namespace? We need to change, right? We need to change where we created new namespace. That is the Kishore. That is the Kishore. K-I-S-H-O-R-E. Kishore. Good. Now, subjects. I written somewhere, right? Subjects who having three things. Number one is users. Number two, group. Number three, service account. Here, what is the kind? User. Who is the username? User two. That is the API group, RBAC, authorization, k8s IO. Now observe kind. Which kind I am using? One more kind. What is the one more kind here? Service account. Service account. In service account, what is the name of the service account? Kishore SA, I think. Are you understanding or not? Kishore SA. Are you agree with me or not?
Yes, sir.
KISHOR. Kishore SA I got created. Role reference. Role reference kind is role because of this role binding is which is binding this one role. What is the role name? Pod reader. Pod reader. The name we are giving. Role reference. I hope you got the clarity or not. I hope you got the clarity or not. Any doubt? Ask me. If any doubt, ask me. Even you want to mention one more thing, assume. Even same thing, you need to copy paste. You need to copy paste. Their kind is group. Their kind is group. The group name you need to mention. The group name you need to mention. Escape, shift colon X.
Sir,
Ah,
service account. Can you tell me, sir?
yeah. Tell. Now you maybe you
Can you
entered
go
into
for service account, sir?
actually you entered late, right? Okay, I'll clarify. See, when do you go for service account? That is your doubt, right? When do when do we go for service account? Now observe the diagram. When do we go for service account in the sense? See, I am giving small clarification. Application, see simple statement. An application, an application wants to W spelling is correct, right? Spelling wants to interact. Interact with any resource. Any resource. RESO, URC. How can I say? Suppose I am in Java web application, I am in Java container, assume. I am in Java container. This is my container. You know how to enter into this container? Everybody know, right? Docker. What about kubectl,
Yes.
exec hyphen it. That is the pod name. Pod name. After that hyphen dash. Once I enter into this, I am an application or not? Please respond. Once I executed this, I may get like this. Are you agree with me? I may get like this. There I may apply kubectl get pods, get maybe get services. How can I get services? SVC, right? SVC, right? Got it or not? I may get pods, I may get SVC, even I may get there deploy. Why I can say deploy? In our example, we added three things. Anyone tell me? One is the pod I added. Second one is service I added. Service I added. Third one is what I added? Deployment. Deployment. Are you agree with me? Am I given deploy or deployment? We need to give deployment actually. We need to deployment if added, that is the right one. Till now clear, Manjunath? I am in one application. Application wants to communicate with, even yesterday we have seen, I think you forgot. I am trying to give that one also. If concept demands, if I show you, you feel better understanding. Now see, yeah, three things are there. Three things are there. Now see, read this one. Now read this line. There is a possibility that other application needs to access a Kubernetes cluster. What does it mean? I'm an application. I need to utilize kubectl command. Kubectl command using means what? What is the use of kubectl command? Maybe viewing nodes,
Resource.
maybe using resources, right? Got
Yes,
it
sir.
or not? Even I can apply also, even I can create also, I can delete also, I can update also, I can edit also, everything. There is a possibility that the other application needs to access Kubernetes cluster. That is nothing but application. When you can use, and now see, by using which account? Service.
Service.
Yesterday, just the word. Today, at least you understood, right? If you see the output, you may feel good. Feel good in the sense, okay, I understood, I know it, I can implement it in future. Shall we go for that? Shall we go for that? Yes. Now, our intention is, first I need to create a role. You know how to create a role? Role got created or not? Tell me. I need to create a role. I need to create a role on which namespace? Anyone tell me? On which namespace? Kishore namespace. First see kubectl. Everybody try to understand. kubectl get ns. I want to create that which one? That pod, maybe that role binding, that role on this namespace. This namespace. How to create? First kubectl, please respond. Apply hyphen f hyphen n hyphen f. What is that? ROLE role.yml role.yml where I want to create hyphen n k8s. Anybody facing any doubt in this area? Am I created or not? And which namespace I got created this one? Role on Kishore namespace. Now tell me, I want to create role binding, right? I want to create a role binding. I want to create a role binding. How to create role binding? Just observe kubectl role binding RB, kubectl role binding RB. Just we try it, maybe create or not, check it. Role binding. See, role binding also got created, right? Now, what is my intention? I want to create which one? Pod. What is the name I took? What is the name I took? I given the name is POD. Is the pod where I want to create on Kishore namespace. What is the problem? Resource name may not be empty. Resource name may not be empty. What does it mean? kubectl pod.yml only, right? Check it. What I written? Check it. What I written? kubectl get, not get, only ls. That's all. ls hyphen a. Which one I took there? One is the role. Second one is role binding. What is the third one? Pod only, right? Pod.yml. I need to create pod on Kishore namespace. I written small, maybe spelling mistake. See, kubectl apply, KUBE, kubectl apply hyphen f. Which one? pod.yml where I want to create hyphen n KISHORE Kishore. What was the problem? Namespace Kishore is there or not? Not there. Namespace Kishore. Namespace Kishore resource parts group version kind v1 kind pod name namespace Kishore from server for pod.yml. Resource name may not be empty. Somewhere something goes wrong. Check it. Somewhere something goes wrong. Sudo vi pod.yml. It is expecting some other thing. What it is expecting? Service account kishore.sa only, right? Are you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Maybe this name already maybe exists. I may go with maybe I don't know. I am using one. Remaining things are k-i-s-h, k-i-s-h, or spelling is right only, right? Spelling is right. Spelling
The
is
name
right.
spelling is NAMI.
Spelling mistake is there.
Yes, sir.
Where is that? N-A-M-E, name. S-P-A-C. Right only, right? Right or wrong?
Before
Tell me.
that, before my part is one is there, sir.
My,
NAMI.
there, spelling mistake. Name, extra letter added. Got, that is the problem. Escape, shift colon, X. So maybe that was the problem. Okay, anyway, check it. It may work. Now created, right? Now created. Now created. Now, how can I check this? How can I check this? Even, kubectl config. I'm in which context? Anyone tell me? I'm in which context? kubectl config, current, current context. Current context. I need to enter into which context? Please respond. I need to enter into which context? User 1, right? User 1 or user 2? I specified one user. Please observe everybody. Once again, I am showing for you. kubectl sudo va sudo va sudo va rb sudo va rb.yml. Now check it and tell me what is the username. Please respond.
User 2.
I need to enter into user 2 context. How can I enter? You tell me. That's what I am giving clue also. I want to enter into user 2 context. Use context. First, I need to see total context. Get context. kubectl. Manjana, this is the simple way to understand. kubectl config. What is the command? Get hyphen context. No need to remember. No need to remember. Simply there you check it and you can implement it. This is the good procedure. Now I need to enter into which context? User 2 context. How can I enter? Again up arrow, config. What is the command they given? Use context. See, set the current context in a Kubernetes file. Set the current context. What is the current context I want to enter? User 2 hyphen context. Till now, what is spelling mistake? I think kubectl config context. What is the name? User 2. Any problem? kubectl config.
No,
I need to apply.
use only. Use
Use
only.
context. Use context. use hyphen context. After that, user 2 context. Got it or not? Now I can check. Now I can check kubectl config current context. Current context. Now I am in proper context, right? Yes or no? Yes. I need to apply kubectl get pods. Maybe possible or not possible. This user having pod viewing right is there or not? Tell me. There or
Is
not?
that
There. There. Which pod? My pod. Actually, our pod name is my pod or my pod one. Please respond, anyone. Our pod
my part?
name my pod one, I think. My pod one. How can I say hyphen n kish or Kishore? Now check it. This is actually on Kishore namespace. On Kishore namespace, one pod got created. That pod you need to see. Now, Manjanath, I need to delete this Manjanath. We'll try. As a user too, I want to delete this. We only created, right? We need to delete this. Please guide me. kubectl, delete.
Delete.
In place of get, delete. Did I use their delete option? Please observe and tell me. Did I use any delete option? No, I think. Got it or not? kubectl delete. Pods. What is the name of the pod? Part one, right? My part one. You may get forbidden error. You may get forbidden error. This is the special case. Forbidden means what? Anyone respond? Forbidden means what? Which error? 403 error. 403 error. Are you understanding or not? 403 error. I'm not having the right. Suppose which can delete. If I create a deployment, I can able to delete. If I think I used create also or not for deployment. Observe and tell me, am I used or not? Create also. Shall we try that one?
We created.
Yeah. Now kubectl, please observe. Kubectl create deployment, deploy deployment, maybe my deployment, hyphen image is equal to docker handson slash java hyphen web hyphen app colon one hyphen n. What is the namespace? Kishore. You won't forget this. Kubectl create deployment mighty. If we are not wrong, it may create. I think what is the problem? Namespace Kishore. What was the problem? APA group apps may be correct, right? We didn't specify namespace. I think there. Here I use a namespace, right? There I didn't specify namespace. Maybe that is the problem. I think. Okay, we'll try to remove namespace. We'll check it where it may create. I think it may create on default one. There is no right. Where it may create generally, where it is having the right to create on on Kishore namespace only. On Kishore namespace only. KISHOR. Kishore. This is the right procedure actually. But what it is saying, group apps in the namespace Kishore. Group apps in the namespace Kishore. Okay, something internally failed to create deployment. It is not saying forbidden error. See, are you understanding or not? Are they saying forbidden only, right? Deployments, deployments dot apps is forbidden. User to cannot create resource. We'll check it. We'll check it. What was the problem? We'll check it. What was the problem? Now, where should I go? Please respond. Where should I go? I need to go with, first I need to mention here current context. Current context. What is the current context? I need to set. That is important. There mini cube. Why I need to set mini cube? Anyone respond? Mini cube. I want to run, right? Mini cube. And now VI, sudo VI. What is that? What is that? ROLE, roll dot YML. Roll dot. Now check it. Something. It is saying something. API groups apps. That one right only, right? API groups apps. What was the problem here? Create is there, right? Actually, create is DEPLOY. Deployment or deployments actually? Tell me. Deployment or deployments? Deployment or deployments? I think deployment only, right?
Yes, sir. Deployment only, sir.
I will check it. We'll check it in general. kubectl escape colon x. kubectl get deployments. This is the right one. Even deployment also. Okay, good. See the resource found in default. No resources found in. But perfect terminology is only deployments, Kishore. Deployments. There will mention deployment, right? Deployments. There you need to modify first. How can you modify? Sudo VI. This is the proper way you need to write. Deployments. Insert. Yes. Okay. Good. I think app slash everything is fine. Escape. Shift colon X. What I will do once again. kubectl apply hyphen F. What is that? I apply. Yes. Even Okay, no problem. I'll tell you. kubectl apply -f. -f, what is that? Which one? Role, right? Role dot
Role.
im. I think created, right? Created. Do you have a right to create? Yes, we'll check it. Even we try to delete Manjunath. I may create one deployment here first. In where I want to create deployment in master. Master in the sense there are many cube.
Niku.
They're at admin mode first. Tell me kubectl, kubectl. I think command is there. I think right. Same thing is the deployment. I think everything is fine, right? Deployment mighty. If it is not wrong, it created. Generally, it is created. Now I need to enter into where I'll write my D1. My D1. First, I need to enter into user two context. Tell me how to enter into user2 context. User2 context.
Config.
kubectl config use context user2 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 context only, right? User2 hyphen context context use context. Yes, correct. Now check it. I want to get deployments. kubectl get. Simply I am giving deployments. Assume here forbidden, right? Suppose here -n. Please tell me what is the namespace. What is the namespace? k8s Kishore. What was the problem? kubectl get. The pods are working or not? At least check it. Get pods working or not? Get pods. Yeah, pods are working. Even this is pod only, right? This is pod only. Even deployment also there, right? Just now we created deployment only, right? Even deployment is also there. I think there something goes wrong. kubectl get pods in the same way. Get deploy. Deploy also one facility we written, right? deploy. Deploy. What it is saying? User2 cannot list resources. Deploy deploy ments in API group apps in the namespace Kishore. In the namespace Kishore. But anyway, I think that is something goes wrong. Why it is goes wrong? We'll check it. Why it is goes wrong? We'll check it. There kubectl first without going there. Sudo vi. What is that? Role binding. We'll check it. Role binding that while anything goes wrong here. Anything goes wrong here. User 2 okay. Their API groups okay. API groups. Kind is good. That is internally something goes wrong. Maybe some spelling mistake. Maybe curly brace mistake. It is not identifying. Which is not identifying? Maybe deployments is not recognized. But anyway, we'll try to delete. We'll try to delete. A deletion possibility also. Maybe creation not accepting. There something goes wrong. We'll check it once again. Internal thing is going wrong. kubectl sudo va role.ym. Here something goes wrong. What is the API groups? Okay. Apps, apps, deployments, get given, watch given, create given, delete given. Okay, I'll go through internet, there I'll get it and paste it. You can easily understand. Just a role, ROL, role in Kubernetes. Role in Kubernetes. The different examples they given, we'll get it. See, their kind role. See, resource parts. We want other than this. See, services, secrets they took. Secrets is also version 1 type. We don't want. We'll go for other one. default user. This is what role binding, right? We don't want role binding. We need role. We need role. We need role. This maybe cluster role and role are common, but we may remove namespace or else see here they given parts /log. We don't want default. Even everything they took default only. Even I will go with other thing role API group example.com resources star verbs star. What does it mean? On any resources, on anyone, on any resource, on anyone. What is that? What is the name they took? API group. Do not use this role. It is just an example. Cluster role. I want apps. Where is that apps related? Endpoints, pods. They given very common thing. Very common thing. API group. This is the domain name. This is the domain name means we need to create where you want to create. Just you go on Route 53. They are creating something. Now see here. Now see here. API group. This one only I given, right? Observe and tell me. Within the rules. Within the rules. Same thing I specified. Any modification. Anyone observe and tell me. Anyone observe and tell me. Like
Same only.
I think I may copy paste. I think I may copy paste. Copy this. I think something goes wrong. We don't know why. Now just dd dd. Now I may go with right click, paste it. There API group apps. This double quotation properly there, or I need to change once again. I think proper look and feel is there, Manjunath. Proper look and feel is there, right? There is no problem, I think. Even
Yes, sir.
verbs. Yes. One is the apps. Okay. Verbs. Okay. We'll try once again. Escape. Shift colon X. Just now cube. I need to go and set minikube. Which one? kubectl config. Use context minikube. MINIKU. First, I need to enter role. kubectl apply -f role.ym. Where I want to apply this -n. This is important. Where I want to enter k8s Kishore. In the same way, I created RB in Kishore. In the same way, I created service account. Service account means there pod.yml in Kishore. I think everything is correct. Now I need to enter into where user to context. kubectl config use context. Now tell me kubectl. Our main intention is different. I'll tell you that one first. First, we'll see the main intention. What is our main intention? I want to enter into pod, right? I want to enter into pod, Kishore. First, tell me how can I enter into the pod? kubectl. First kubectl get pods hyphen. What? First, I want to see, right? -n KISHOR Kishore. In this pod, what is the latest pod? 18 seconds. My pod 1, right? This one. My pod 1. Now I want to enter kubectl. This is our intention. exec -it. Tell me my pod 1. After that hyphen bash. bash. That belongs to which namespace? First check it. Maybe possible or not? Not possible, right? You need to mention hyphen n. What is the namespace? KISH or Kishore. What is the problem? What is the problem? Any spelling mistake? No, right?
Is it required space between hyphen and bash?
Hyphen
Bash direct, no? Hyphen bash.
hyphen
Space.
hyphen. Actually, space is there here. Actually, space is there. Okay. I know. You should be in. You should be in where you should be in. I think admin mode only. Admin mode only. We should be in. But anyway, we'll check it. This is not found. Why not found? This part is not there in default, right? Where this part is there in Kishore namespace only. Are you agree with me or not? In Kishore namespace only, XCC hyphen IT, even I think this is the right one. Hyphen N KISHOR Kishore. Now it may be correct. What was the problem? User 2 cannot create resource even pod exec. Okay, I understood. What I understood in the sense we need to set into admin mode only. Admin mode only. We will enter into because of if I want to move, I may. We can't move in user mode. We can't move in user mode. Now observe. This is the what is that? What is that? Meaning you. Now one second. And now you can enter. Now you can enter. Check it. It may be right. It may be right. See, am I entered or not? We can't move from this one. Manjunath got it or not? Where I moved? In this. Now what I want to do? Now what I want to do? I want to check it. kubectl, get parts, get parts. Which parts I want to see? Simply I am entering. I am viewing or not? I am viewing or not? Whose related parts I am viewing? Observe and tell me. This application belongs to which account? Which service account? Which service account? Kishore
My fault.
service account. Kishore SA. Kishore SA belongs to which namespace? Which namespace? Kishore namespace. That's what we got properly. That's what we got properly. This is the way we can apply. I am in pod. This is nothing but application. Everybody try to understand. I am in the application. Once if I enter into application, then only I can access like this based on the service account. Otherwise, we can't able to access these details. If there is no service account, we can't view. We can't view us. This is the resources from. This is the resource. You can check it. Maybe deployments are possible or not. Get deploy. Even see, I given deploy, right? Are you understanding or not? I given deploy. This is also whose deploy. This is also whose deploy. Again, tell me. Now you try to observe another namespace. Another namespace. kubectl get parts hyphen n. Check it default. Maybe possible or not. See, now you can easily understand. Error from server forbidden. Parts is forbidden. User, what is the user? System, service account. Whose service account? Now read this very well. Kishore colon Kishore service. You can able to access related to Kishore data only. Other data you can't access. Is it clear or not? Please respond. Otherwise, any doubt is there? Ask me. Any doubt is there? Ask me. Anyone? Any doubt? May be confusing. I can tell you, but practicing multiple times, you may get the clarity. Without service account, without service account, within the pod, try to understand. I am in the pod means I am in application. I am in the pod means I am in the application. This is application running. In running application, this is the container running. Within the container, I am accessing resources means service account. Service account is running. Without service account, you can't able to work. You can't able to access. Manjanath got the clarity little bit at least. If you do practice, then only you will get the 100% clarity. Now, in the same way, Any doubt?
No, Manjunath is not available.
Not available. Okay, no problem. Now our intention, cluster role and cluster role binding. Shall we go for cluster role and cluster role binding? Cluster role and cluster role binding. Simply, I may exit here. Small modification. LS. First open role. A role, right? Sudo vi. I'm using role.yml. Try to understand. Now simply you need to remove. Which one you need to remove? Namespace. DD. This is cluster role. How can I say cluster role? I need to write cluster role. That's all. CL insert C cluster role. Is there any difficulty, any specialty? Please observe. Just I implemented which role? Cluster role. Cluster role. Cluster role is the role for cluster wise, not a specific namespace. Escape, shift colon, X. Now check it. First I am creating. How can I create? This is not a specific namespace level, right? Say simply kubectl apply -f. What is that? Role dot yml. That's
All
all.
that.
Role got created. This is not belongs to specific namespace. In the same way, sudo vi rb dot yml. Now guide me. What I need to remove? What I need to remove? This namespace. Remaining things are very common, right? Remaining things are very common. What is the concept that I need to write? Cluster role binding. I need to add, right? Insert cluster cluster role binding. That's all. Escape, shift colon, X.
Kind no need to change.
Which one? Which one? Which
Only
one? Tell
is
me.
there in that one.
Sudo
Kind.
vi rb. What is the kind? Kind
Kind.
is user only. That user wants to access
No.
anything.
This one, role reference in that.
Yeah, this
Kind.
one not necessary. This one not necessary.
Okay,
This
fine.
this one. Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what? This is what? Kind is what? Kind is what? Cluster role, right?
Yeah.
Kind is cluster
Cluster.
role. CL. Insert CL. You. What happens? Escape. You. Remove something.
Yes.
Escape. Shift colon. X. Escape. Escape. Shift colon. Caps lock. On. Off. Only. What I want to do. Q. Q means quit. Again I re-enter. I need to get same thing. Now old thing is it available, right? In that way you need to get it. Now what you may do? You need to remove this one. You need to remove this one. There insert. And now tell me what I need to write here. Cluster cluster row. Remaining there is no problem, right? Escape. Shift colon X. Now advantage C. Kubectl apply -f rb, right? rb dot y. No, that's all. Created, right? Yes, created. Now I need to enter into the specific user. We'll try it. Specific user. kubectl config. kubectl config. Which context? Which context? Which context? Context. User to context. I'm in user 2. Now see kubectl get the parts. Simply I am using. Getting or not? Even I may go with -n. Kishore. KSHORE. Even that too I can access. Getting or not? Even see the simple thing. kubectl get parts. -capital A. What does it mean? All the namespaces. See? This is the speciality of whom? Cluster role and cluster role binding. See, each namespace, default namespace, Kishore namespace, cube system namespace, Kubernetes dashboard namespace on any namespace. If you want to get it, you can get it by using which binding? Cluster role and cluster role. Cluster role and cluster role binding. There is no limit. There is no limit. We can access all the cluster related information. Very easy, right? If you understand role and role binding, nothing is there in cluster role and cluster role binding. Yes or no? What we are removing in role and role binding? Their namespace we are removing. Namespace we are remaining. Remaining things are very simple, right? I hope you got it. Remaining things.
Yes, sir.
Remaining things we'll discuss tomorrow. Okay. I'll tell you tomorrow if morning class is there, I may place the message maybe based on the my sleeping hours. Even yesterday also I slept at 2:30. That's what if I sleep maybe after 2 to maybe after 2 after 3 I may not wake up morning. That's why I'm trying to take class at morning 10 o'clock maybe or 9 o'clock. I'll intimate you that is not a problem. Maybe you got the concept right. Tomorrow I may go with once again, which one? That Helm charts. Some keywords are pending is there. Got it or not? See, Helm. See, many keywords are there. Check it. Here I am in user, right? I am in user. That's why I am not getting. I am going to minikube. What is that? Minikube. Minikube. User context. Minikube. MINIAUB. Now check it. HELM. 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 Helm is not supporting here. Oh, Helm is not installed. Okay, I'll try to install. That is not a problem. If I use Helm, even I can go quickly. Yes, not CMD. CMD. Here assume Helm. Check it. Here many commands are there. My intention is I want to explain each and every command. I want to explain each and every command. Tomorrow morning, if I start the class, I may go with at least 5 to 6 new keywords. 5 to 6 new keywords. Okay, thank you. Remaining things we'll discuss tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Right.